I want him to stop doing that. Could you stop doing that? Something needs to happen for that to, just stop. Just stop. Hi everybody, welcome back to Pavonine Studios Beauty and Art. If you're new here, my name is Amy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I mentioned in my last video that I was going to be doing some eyeshadow palette reviews. One of the ones that I picked up recently at Ulta is the Morphe Nikita Draggun palette. And we'll see how this goes. I've been a little disappointed with my recent purchases from Morphe as far as their big palettes go and stuff. So I haven't even really reviewed them on my channel. But I thought I'd give this one a go and see if I like it or not. This is what the color story looks like. Not super, innovative or anything like that. I mean, they put like this super colorful glitter, pressed glitter in it. Let's see if I can get it to focus. This guy right here. So that's pretty. And then there's this kind of marbled color right there, which honestly, and I have swatched that, there's actually two of those marbled colors. I don't really get marbled colors like that in the pan, and I've got ones that I've had for a really long time, so the whole marbled eyeshadow thing is not like it's not a new thing. And I'm not super excited that there are at least seven sort of like beigey neutrally colors. If you have other Morphe palettes, if you have other palettes in general, you're gonna have those colors in your collection already. So I feel like this could have been edited down to like a 20 pan palette at the most. But at any rate, we're gonna give it a go because I said I would, and so I don't have anything better to do today. That's not true. I could be doing a lot of other things, but I did want to give this a go and see what I thought of it. And I have no idea what I'm going to do today. I'm wearing kind of a dark top with some like flowers, like rusts and creams and stuff like that. So I guess I'll go with that kind of a look, even though that's not very interesting. But on the flip side, if that kind of color story doesn't work on my eyes, if I can't get those colors to work on my eyes, then I don't know if I have a lot of hope for the other more interesting colors. But honestly, I didn't really need this. I've got all of these colors, I think, except for maybe, like I say, maybe those marbled colors. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and prime with my new primer from Natasha Denona, and I just got this yesterday. I used it in the video that I did yesterday, and it seemed okay. So we're gonna give it a go again today. I'm not gonna say like absolutely you need this primer yet, because I don't know. This is only my second time using it. So I'm gonna go into the color MTF, which is this color right here, and it's kind of a gray, brown, beigey kind of thing. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that above my crease. Let's go into the color Artificial, which is this one right here, which is a real pretty sort of mustardy color, kind of a dark mustardy color. I like colors like that in general. That's nice and pigmented. And I'm just basically going to put that right over what I just did, or very nearly right over it. So in the crease and above. So this is my transition shade, or those two are my transition shades. I need to zoom y'all in so that you can see what I'm doing. I always forget to do it. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get better, but I get all excited and then I forget to do the zoom in thing. So let me get this down and then I will do that. Okay, I think I am going to, let's go in with the color Pussycat, which is the sort of corally color. And I'm just gonna focus that just a little bit more in the crease. My hair, I put my hair in rollers today, and I haven't done anything else with it yet. So it keeps wanting to like come forward into my face. If I like this palette enough, I will do another look using, I don't know, the blues or the purples or something like that, just to use some more of the colors in here. I'm going to grab a little brush. I'm going to pick up the color Nicole, which is the red shade. We're just going to put it on this outer, third to half. So it's not as like red as I had hoped, although it's not bad, and it probably would have benefited from me putting it down first and then going in with those transition colors. That is often the case, but I did not do that. So we'll see what we can do here. So the question for me now is, what do I want to put on my lid? Shall I put that gold on there? That's not usually the kind of thing that I lean towards, but let's do it today. I'm going to try this just with a brush. Okay. All right, let's add a little glitter glue and see if we can't get that to step it up a little. I'm just using the Too Faced one. All right, I'm just going to use that same brush. I just put the glitter glue on. Let's try this again. Actually, I think I picked up the wrong color before. I'm going to pick up the color Escort. This is the gold color. That is not too bad. I'm going to go back into that red shade on my little tiny brush. And I'm just going to sort of re-intensify that a little bit. And very, very lightly bring that over the gold. Just kind of scrub that back and forth very lightly, just to kind of get them to melt together. And then, just because that's not quite as dark as I would like it to be, I'm going to go into, shall I try the black shade? Let's try the black shade just to see if I can deepen this up. This is the color Nasty. So I'm not looking to make the outer corner here black. I'm just looking to deepen this up just a little bit. And I'm putting this on in kind of a C shape, because I don't want to obliterate that red. Okay, I might have got a little heavy-handed right there. That side turned out pretty nice. This one, like I say, it got a little heavy-handed. Let's go back in with a little bit of that red and see if I can. That's pretty nice. I'm not like wowed, but it's not bad. I'm going to take the color Augmented, which is just kind of a nudie matte color, on my little, this is one of the Real Techniques little sort of, it's not really a fan brush, but it's one of those angled ones. And I'm just going to take that right along my brow bone, kind of over that mustardy color and that orangey color. There's not really any color to this, at least not on my skin tone. with that same brush, just very lightly, I'm going to take the color Nick, which is kind of a silvery, pearly color, and super lightly, because this is obviously, this is quite, or at least I can see it, it's quite a white, cool sort of shade, and so I don't want too much because that's going to conflict, at least in my mind, with the golds and the reds I've got on. I'm going to go ahead and do my liner and my lashes and the rest of my face makeup, and I will come back and we'll finish up the lower lash line, and I'll give you some final thoughts on the Nikita Dragun palette from Morphe. I'll be right back, guys. Okay guys, I am back and I've got the rest of my face on. I'm still a little zoomed in because I am going to do my lower lash line with you, but I wanted to share what I have on the rest of my face because it's all piled on top of my Nikita Draggun palette here. So for my lips, I went in with the Sephora lip liner in, this is the color Nothing But Nude. I went over that, trying to keep with the Morphe thing going on here. I don't know why not. I went in with the matte lipstick in the shade Boy Toy, which this is super, super pale. But I kind of like it if I put on a little bit darker liner, which this one is, and then kind of blend those together. And then I went over it with the gloss in the color Frosé. This is a really pretty sparkly nude color. In my brows, I did something a little bit different today because I couldn't lay my hands on my Benefit Gimme Brow. So I went back to an old favorite, and I don't think they make this anymore. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper, and this is actually the medium brown one, but it works pretty good for me. But it's one of the kinds that has the little applicator brush. But like I said, I don't think they make this anymore, which is a shame because I really like this product. For my blush, I went in with this color from Coastal Scents. This is the color, this is like a little single, so I just have it in the little plastic packaging that it comes in. This is the color Bravado, and super pretty. Really go light if you're fair like me. Go light because this is, yeah, it can be a little too much. For my highlight, I'm kind of going in the wrong order here, but forgive me. For my highlight, I went in with this sort of pinky holographic shade from the Sephora Holographic Cheek and Face palette. For my bronzer, I switched it up today as well. I don't know if everybody is like this, but I tend to just reach for the same things over and over, and that's not really a good thing. But I went in with my NYX highlight and contour palette. That's this guy right here. This has been around for forever. I haven't had mine for a really long time, but I went in mostly with this cooler color, and then after I did that, I went in with a little bit of this color just to kind of warm things up, just a touch. Okay, that I think is everything on my face. So let's go ahead and finish up this lower lash line. I do have my lashes and stuff on. Ooh, I should mention those. So I picked up the other day when I was in Ulta, I picked up this like little gift set collection thing, holiday collection, whatever, from Kiss Lashes. And I used the first pair in here, which is the Jubilee. And but that's what the other ones look like. So I like Kiss Lashes really a lot. I'm going to pick up like a little sort of pointed brush, and I am gonna, because I have a little tiny bit of green in my shirt amongst the flowers, I'm gonna go into the color Army, which is, as you might imagine, a sort of army green color. And I'm going to put that underneath, and then we'll see how that looks, and then I'll decide if I want to do some other stuff as well. I might. But I really want like a smoky look, and this should give it to me. I like that. So it's kind of typical for dark greens like this to not really show up all that green on the eyes, and this is no different. It's not that it's not a nice color, because I've got other army greens like this, and they're kind of the same. They just show up like kind of a greenish black, I guess. This is nice. I'm really blowing this out underneath, or trying to, and then meeting it up with that liner. I could spend a lot more time on my lower lash line, but I don't know. Honestly, I never do. I never do. Probably I should. I'm going to take a little flat brush. I'm going to pick up a tiny bit of the color Pussycat, which is the orange, and I'm just going to put that right over what I just did, close to the lash line. And let's just keep it in the first 2/3 or so of the eye. So yeah, I feel like that made a difference. That kind of warmed things up a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of the color 703, which is what I thought I was using before on my lid, but yeah. And I'm going to just put a little bit of that right here in the corner. This is more of I feel like this is more of a topper shade, because it's not super impactful in the inner corner, at least as far as I can tell. I mean, it's pretty enough, but it's definitely more of a topper shade. Let me see if I can swatch it so that you can see that. So I'm gonna just pick this up on my finger, and so it's real pretty, but it's not super impactful as far as like depth or whatever. Mostly it just adds a little bit of shimmer. And you know, I'm kind of over the topper shades. I think I mentioned this in another recent video. I don't know, I'm just kind of over it. You know, once you have a couple, I don't really see the point in having dozens. So I kind of wish companies would stop putting topper shades in their palettes. But for now, at least for the foreseeable future, I guess, I don't know, maybe they're cheap to make or something. But I just find that they are, I don't know, a bit of a waste of space. So do you need this palette? No, you don't need this palette. You know, especially if you've got other Morphe palette, colorful Morphe palettes like the James Charles one, or some of those. You don't necessarily need this palette. I'm happy that I have it. I mean, they are pretty inexpensive. I can't remember how much these are. These $32? I think they're $32. I need to get out some of my really old Morphe palettes, like the 350 and all that. Remember when people went nuts over that palette? But you know, I mean, I could totally do like a you know, pink and purple kind of thing, or I could do like an all brown, all neutral look. But honestly, I have lots of neutral palettes. I'm not sure why I would pick this one up to do that. I'm pretty intrigued by some of these darker shades. That looks like a really nice satiny navy blue. This shade right here, I remember now. I swatched this and I'm like, that's it? That's all you got for me? That's so sad. I don't know. Maybe it's different on the eye. Maybe if you like spray your brush or something, maybe that would affect it. I don't know. This one that's called Metamorphosis, which is the blue purple sort of marbly one, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, it's not that it's not pretty, but I don't know. So don't if you want this palette, don't pick it for those shadows that I know they do it to me too. They pull you in because they're sparkly and they're a little bit different, and ooh, maybe there's a duochrome in it or something like that. Don't pick this palette for that, because these shimmers, they're nice, but you know, like I say, don't pick it for that. Let me swatch a couple of others. Let's see. This is the shade, I think you pronounce it Win, but I'm not positive. It is sort of a dark greenish black sparkly shade. That's really pretty. That's got some nice foiled. I bet that'd be really nice with a like a dampened brush or a or something like that, or applied with the finger. I think that's real pretty. I kind of like that. Why didn't I use that today? Oh, because I was doing a red and gold look. That's right. But that's really nice. Let me pick up a couple of the mattes. Let's pick up this one called, I have no idea how to say this. Drasgun? I have no idea if that's right. It's probably not right. This is the turquoise color. So that's not too bad. That probably, you know, sometimes mattes and stuff like this don't swatch that well, but they perform well on the eye. So that's a nice color. Let's do, I'm running out of fingers here. Let's do Mama Dragon, which is a purple. Purples are tricky. This is pretty powdery. Nice enough shade, but that would definitely be one of those things that I would have to put on my eyes to see if it, you know, measured up. Let's try this bright green. And honestly, I did not pick this because of this bright green, because I have a similar color in my Be Perfect palette. Again, this is quite a powdery, pigmented shade. That's nice though. Let's pick up the shade Nikita, which is a hot pink. That's nice. I don't usually do a lot of swatches in my videos because everybody does swatches, and I like to see them, but I don't usually like to take up time in my videos to do them. Let's do the color, this is the color BB Boy, and it's a light turquoisey sky blue kind of color. That's real pretty. That's nice. And let's take this other like marbly one called Full Fantasy. This is sort of a grayed purple with little micro duochrome micro shimmers in it, I think. So it's kind of a gray purple, and it's got little pink micro shimmers in it. You probably can't really see that. This is the thing with swatches. They're challenging. I admire people that do really good swatches and are able to capture colors and so forth. That's definitely not me. Okay, I think that is gonna do it. This is the final look using the Nikita Dragun palette from Morphe. I think the look turned out real pretty. Morphe shadows, you know, love them or hate them. I kind of like to try them just because I know a lot of people do purchase them. They're inexpensive, which sometimes means that they're not all that good, although there are inexpensive shadows out there that are really good. And I do have Morphe palettes that I really love. But lately, this whole thing where they're coming out with 35 shades and they're all beiges and pinks and they all kind of look the same, and there's only one or maybe two deep colors to darken your look, I'm not really into that. I mean, I've only got two eyeballs, and how many like shimmery iridescent duochrome shades do I need for my eyelids? I don't need that many. And it just seems like kind of a cop-out when it comes to shades to put in a big palette. I mean, especially if you're putting it in a big palette. I don't know. I mean, I want them to stop doing that. Could you stop doing that? Something needs to happen for that to, you know, just stop. Just stop. At any rate, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun making it. I'm definitely going to play with this palette some more and see what other kind of looks I can come up with. And let me know if you'd be interested in like a one palette, three looks kind of video or something like that. I've never done one of those, but I'm certainly open to it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring that bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. And until next time, bye guys.